Well, first of all, we have to make a note. We're halfway through the Tour de France now. 176 guys started, 16 have quit so far. Crashes, getting sick. We saw Zakarin pull off today, holding his stomach. Yeah, it's been a tough tour. So tomorrow's stage is going to make these guys suffer like we haven't seen yet. It's the hardest day so far. It's 191 kilometers with 7 categorized climbs with an uphill finish. There's a time bonus with the last climb before the finish and then the finish is on Puy Marie, which is an ancient volcanic dome, much like we've seen Puy de Dôme in the past Tour de France. I don't think the Puy Marie has been on the Tour de France before. We'll have to do some checking on that. But the last climb, the last 3 kilometers is averaging over 11% with 15% ramps. A total of 15,000 feet of climbing tomorrow over 191 kilometers. It's going to be a day to remember.
It is, and I think that there are going to be a couple games afoot here because the GC riders, they have had a couple easy days. The GC teams clearly did not want to take part at all in the finale today. That is partly why we saw so much attacking going on, because the GC teams, they know what's coming. They just rode a tempo, let anybody who wasn't a threat to them get away, because tomorrow's going to be a big day. Like I said, couple games afoot. Tomorrow is where we're really going to get into the meat of the King of the Mountains competition. I think, Alex, like you said, 7 categorized climbs. For a rider getting in a breakaway, tomorrow is the first really big opportunity to assert themselves in the KOM competition. No disrespect to Benoit Cosnefroy. He has done an incredible defense of the King of the Mountains jersey over this first week and then some, but he's suffering. I don't see him being
he's
able
a
to
pretender.
Defend it.
He's a pretender polka dot jersey holder. Yeah.
You don't mince words, Alex. I'm going to be a little bit nicer. Usually you see riders at the beginning of the Tour de France, there's some exchanging of the polka dots jersey because the mountains just aren't as serious, but a different style rider is who's going to walk away with it in Paris, because we are just about to hit these major climbs. And I would like personally for Mark Hirschi to be looking at the King of the Mountains jersey, because he's put himself into 3rd place overall, just a handful of points behind Benoit Cosnefroy. And Mark Hirschi, unlike Benoit, he looks so strong. He looks unfazed by the first 12 days of racing that he has done. King of the Mountain jersey, it typically goes to a rider who's very capable in breakaways. Mark Hirschi, I think that if Hirschi has any legs tomorrow and he goes in the breakaway, he can build himself a very healthy lead in the polka dot jersey competition.
Well, I can speak to pretenders of the polka dot jersey because I was one. People remember me for the yellow jersey, but I actually had the polka dot jersey for 5 days in the Tour de France in the beginning of the 86 Tour. And yeah, I was sprinting up against Duclos Lascelles for little, Cat 4 mountain points. But I was definitely a pretender. It's the best climber in the break tomorrow could probably take over the King of the Mountain jersey. The race starts with a Cat 1 climb tomorrow. It's going to be so hard on the rider's legs. And if anyone wants to get in the break, the invitation is there to take it on that first Cat 1 climb.
Yeah, and then the other game that's going to be happening is the GC game, and that's going to be unpredictable. For my money, I think that the GC riders are going to save it late, like you said. You have the time bonus sprint on the penultimate climb, and then the last climb is just so steep up to this summit finish. If the GC riders go early, it's going to be a terrible day for everybody in the bike race. Let's just put it that way.
Jumbo-Visma is going to have to do a lot of controlling at the front, manage the gap, and make sure that if a break does go, they just make sure it doesn't get into crazy numbers, and then the fireworks will start with that bonus sprint on the second to last climb, and then save their matches for that uphill finish at the end.